So we are all on an awakening journey. And as we awaken, our unique spiritual gifts start to emerge. And so in this series, we are going to be exploring the gifts of some of our dear friends. And we're starting with Joanna and Eugenia. So a big warm welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We are very excited to share some of your work with our audience. I know many people around the world know you both, but for those who don't, we want to introduce you and let them have a little taste of who you are and how you got to where you're at right now.
And what's so interesting to me about co-creating with both of you together is that we're going to get to dive into an actual energy experience with you. And you carry such distinctive lineages. So Joanna's bringing the lineages of the Essenes. Joanna's bringing the star families, and she's like the most multidimensional person that I know. And Alcazar has said that she is actually a galactic translator.
And that happened many years ago, because when Joanna first came to one of our workshops, she was going like...
She's making like these beautiful hand movements. And it was just mesmerizing to watch you. Yeah. And you were like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
And so we're going to hear your origin story of how you started to tap into that gift, like quite naturally, and how it evolved for you. And so, Joanna, you're bringing the lineages from the stars, and then Eugenia is bringing the lineages of the Essenes and ascended masters, very much connected to this earth plane. And so together in the experience part, we're going to be connecting to the divine love through Eugenia that she brings, which you were just telling me is the one through line from all the different various guides who have introduced themselves to you. And we're going to be bringing in the multidimensionality from Joanna. And these are both facets of who we truly are.
And we'll be doing a meditation together in a short while with all of us bringing the Stargate and these two beautiful people and their guides through.
So for anyone who is totally new to the Stargate experience, this is the Stargate behind us. It is an interdimensional doorway. I'm Julianne. I joined in 2012.
And I'm Prageet. And Alcazar, our guide, came to me, wow, so many years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
How many years?
1989, 34 years ago.
34 years ago. Yeah, and it's been quite a journey. And some other time we'll talk about our journey.
We'll talk more about it, but all you need to know for now is that we will be creating a super powerful energy field that even people who don't usually feel subtle energy can feel. And in this energy field, it's actually the most natural thing to be immersed in higher consciousness. And it's through our own connection to higher consciousness that these gifts emerge. So without further ado, let's dive in with our guests.
Okay, so let's go with Eugenia first.
Okay, so we'll see Joanna in a few moments.
So, hi, Eugenia. And
Hi.
You're from Portugal. And
Yes, I
would you
am.
like to just tell us a little bit about your life's journey and how you got to be where you're at right now?
So I think my spiritual path started around my 33 years old. I had a vision, a very amazing experience. I saw Jesus in my bedroom one night. I woke up, I was like petrified. I could not move myself. And I felt such like light and brilliance inside my room. And when I opened the eyes, I saw him standing, looking at me. And he was trying to reach his hand to me and trying to touch me. the experience for me was so unbelievable,
Yeah.
so unbelievable that I was almost terrified, not understanding on a mind level what was happening, and I went in a space that I could see him very clearly with the eyes closed or opened, and it was like he has had this human form, but he had also all the colors. Like now I know that is something multidimensional, but at that time I was not aware of this kind of experience, and I
Yeah.
was not a religion person. So it was the beginning of my curiosity, and so the years passed by, and in 2015, I did my reconnection, and it was the reconnection that opened the door for me to a new level of awareness. And a year later, I met the Stargate
Mm.
in Portugal. So it was a life change experience because for the first time in my life, I really found home. I really found like family. I really found what I was always looking for. And I felt a very deep connection with Alcazar and with Brigitte at that time. So, and in my first workshop, I started to channel. And at that time, I channeled my Pleiadian star family. And during 2 long years, I was prepared by them to be a vessel, to be a channel to light and love. It was the message that I was always receiving, like being this perfect container or vessel that was able to channel pure light and pure love without distortion, without ego. I was not understanding really well, but I was trusting because I could sense and I was feeling the transformation. I went to deep transformation on all levels, including on a physical level, to be able to hold the higher frequency that I'm channeling now.
And how
So
was that? How was that experience?
it was all about trust
Mm.
because it was on a mind level. I could not really understand, and that's is fascinating for me because I always wanted to know everything. So it was like preparing for something. It was like an inner calling,
Mm.
something that deep inside of me I knew that was true. And channeling for the first time the Pleiadian mothers in the Stargate workshop in Slovenia back 2019, I guess. It was my
Mm.
first experience. It was like the work that I was doing or that I did during these 2 years was finally I was finally ready to bring the love to humanity because what was asked they were asking me always is was bring the love of the masters to humanity. Even
Mm.
if I was working, I was doing and I'm still doing individual sessions. It was like a big work that I really found that I could do, or everything was aligned to be through the Stargate work.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So then what came? What happened next?
Then, then on the same year, I did my training as a Stargate facilitator in Greece. So it was in Crete, and there I started to open, and I went through a deep releasing and deep healing. And I start to remember my lifetime with Jesus, and I start to access my connection with Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Mary, and the Essenes, and my lineage from the Essenes. And then as I master myself to hold their energy, because I was working with them, especially with Mary and Jesus, on individual sessions. I was giving individual transmissions or personal transmissions to people. There was a moment when Jesus, Yeshua, the moment that our relationship was like moving deeper, and I start to call him, or he asked me to call him Yeshua, because it was the way that we knew each other, or the way that I knew him. My life changed a lot, and he asked me to bring his love, his presence, and to humanity, and to be his representative. That was something not easy for me to accept, or I had a lot of resistance, a lot of releasing too. And then it was a lot of synchronicity when Pragit and Jules were preparing the workshop, and he asked me to be there with the Essenes.
I remember that, yeah.
Yes, that was really one of the most blessed moments of my life.
Why was that so significant when I asked you?
Yeah, the first was a validation. Yeah, I was feeling like, because I was in a deep process of questioning, not trusting what I was receiving, because it seems that he was requesting me or asking me to do something really big, and I had no way. I thought that I had no way to do it, or not understanding, because he was only asking me to trust. He said, trust, and everything will come to you, and everything you need will be given to you. And in fact, it was like this. So, of course, my mind was not allowing myself to relax and to trust in the flow. And then I think it was in the same day, with the time difference, you called me. So it was when I received your call, and it was not the first time that something happened. When I received your call, it was like, okay, now I'm understanding. Even before I knew what was going on.
Guides all work together, so we got to call you just in the right moment.
Well, I mean, actually, it came through. We were doing a channeling from Alcazar to see what our Easter workshop in Mount Shasta was going to be about. And at the end, Alcazar, like, unexpectedly said, like, we would like for Eugenia to bring the energies of Jesus. And so when Pragit reached out, Eugenia was like,
yeah,
has just been asking me to bring his energy through. Yeah. It's this magic that.
Yes, and there's so much magic in everything. Every time I connect with a guide, I don't know what to do, because they are always asking me to do something big.
Yeah. I think
to bring something. Yeah.
Trust is a difficult one for all of us. And I think
the trust.
It's something that each one of us, everyone has to move into at some point. And it's really important right now to trust what's happening, and trust the energies of support that are coming through, because Alcazar has said that there's challenges for humanity. And it's so important to bring our energies together to feel the connection that we have with people around the world, and to really allow that friendship with strangers so that we can really trust the evolution of what's happening with humanity, and that the guides are really working beautifully to bring this connection through our trust.
Yeah. Another very powerful connection that happened again through synchronicity is your realization about Joan of Arc.
Mm.
Will you tell
Yeah,
us a little bit about how that happened?
it was another fascinating moment of my life. So I was not aware. I knew something about Joan of Arc, but everything is like I'm not connected with the guides through the religion. So it's like when they have the title or a saint or something related with an aspect related with the religion, is like usually I don't connect with them. And one day I went to a bookstore, and there was a book, and I felt really drawn to pick up a book, and it was about Joan of Arc. The moment that I pick up the book, I start to shake, and I was reading something, the cover, and tears start to flow, and it's like I'm connecting with the moment now.
Mm.
I started to feel that rush of emotions, and I started to cry in the middle of the bookstore.
Mm.
And I was wearing a face mask because we were in COVID time. And I was like, oh, okay, I was more relaxed because no one was like seeing what was happening, and I could not move myself. And I decided to leave the book, and I was just like running outside the bookstore, not understanding what happened there. But Joan of Arc was like moving in my head. I was like feeling a different energy for me. And I think it was one day or 2 days after this moment, I was doing my daily routine. I was not meditating at all. And suddenly I felt a really strong energy, and I had to sit down, and Isis came to me. And it was not the first time that Isis was supporting me. And so her energy was not new for me. And she was supporting me in remember that she prepared me, that I was her student, and she prepared me to be an emissary of the divine feminine. And in that moment, I was seeing Magdalene, Mary, and Isis, and they were behind me. So it was like I was perceiving, and what was Isis was saying to me, that I was like able in this moment of now to bring all of these aspects of the divine feminine together. And then Joan of Arc was coming to me, but she has no place. So I was not understanding, because I could not understand where she was fitting, so to speak. And I remember that I never felt this level of, I was vibrating really high in this golden and white light. The energy was really powerful. And then I felt that Joan of Arc was merging with me. And in that moment, my mind was not ready. And on a physical level, I think I was at bed during 3 days, having this adjusting and recalibration. And it was when I asked for help one more time to Brigitte. because I was not understanding, or my mind was not understanding. And and he said, you both said that I was Joan of Arc in a past life, and that was not easy for me to accept at first. And it was powerful because I connect with a side of the divine feminine. It was like I was feeling, and I feel Joan of Arc completely different than the way I feel the other guides. Usually they come from the outside, and Joan of Arc was like expanding from the inside of me. And we did the workshop in London. It was the first time that I channeled Joan of Arc, and it was the first time that I experienced the love that my soul has for humanity, because there was a struggle inside of me why I'm doing this again and again, because I had all this suffering, all this persecution, all this trauma associated with these past lives. And there was a moment during the workshop that was for me it's like a sacred moment. I cannot even describe it. When I felt for the first time, I was feeling like miserable, all this heaviness, and I felt for the first time why I decided to come again and again doing this kind of work to help humanity to thrive, because my soul has an unconditional love for humanity. And it was like in that moment I received this pure blessing and this love and light, and I really accept or really understand why we come again and again.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
There's such a transmission happening already as you speak.
Yeah. I started to get goosebumps as soon as you
Yes.
talked about Joan of Arc.
I think my voice is not good today, but
Your voice is amazing.
I'm shaking everywhere.
Yeah. In that workshop, I had a spontaneous past life recollection come back to me. Joan of Arc had all of these army men, these like soldiers, following her, like devoting from the core of their being and their heart their lives to her. And I suddenly had this recollection of being a man, and like a very specific moment, very specific feeling, but the feeling of devotion that opened inside of me was like incredible. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I have a personal connection to you. Like it was like stunning. And it was like just this feeling of being so honored. And this is what we get to scoop up again as we reawaken, because we're not here for the first time on this planet. Like we're in the age of social media where we feel like we have to invent ourselves, but we actually don't. We're vast beings with a cosmic history and an earthbound history. So thank you so much for sharing, Eugenia, about your journey and your path.
Thank you. I owe you that. And it's yes, it was through the Stargate work. And one thing I really like to mention is always the support and the love that I received from you and from the community, the Stargate community, from the beginning of my journey.
I know the community is absolutely amazing. I mean, we feel that.
Yes, in the moment that I was feeling broken, that I could not do this kind of work, it was too much for me. There was always this love.
Mm.
There was always someone there were always Pragit, was always Pragit there for me. And Jules.
Mm. Yeah.
So I'm
So,
really honored and blessed to be here and to share my work with the community.
mm. Well, as you know, the community really loves what you do, and we look forward to working with you many, many more times in the future.
Yes.
And we're going to bring Joanna on now because I've noticed I can see her as we've been talking with you. And as you can see, Joanna has been doing her translation work. So, welcome, Joanna.
Hi.
And
It was so nice to hear from Eugenia.
yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And would you like to say something about what you're doing with your hands as you listen? And
Well, maybe I can start with the beginning, that what started for me as well, because it was so different. So I'm an engineer. I've been working in the corporate world for a long time. And I was doing therapy at the time with a therapist because I always found that there was something out there for me, and I didn't know what. That I had that feeling inside, and I had everything. Like I had the company, I had the big house, the swimming pool, the car, everything that we are trained to look for, but something was there missing for me. And I was in therapy, and one day she told me, maybe you could do the reconnection. And I didn't know what it was. And it's funny because it was exactly the same year that Eugenia, it was in 2015. Yes, it was in 2015. And she said, you'll connect with your life path. And are you ready? And I said, yeah, let's do it. But I didn't know anything. So I didn't went online to see what it was. I just trusted and went for it. So the person that entered the room was a completely different person that came out, because in that session, I never heard about channeling or light language or and for me, when I was lying there, I started speaking, singing, and I started doing movements with my hands. I could feel it was a language, but I never did the sign language, so it was very strange. I remember that at the end of the session, it was so intense, that movement. I couldn't stop doing the movement with my hands. But it felt like it was something very profound. It was like my being was starting to speak. So, but it was so strange that I didn't tell anyone, right? I was doing only when I was doing meditations. I would start doing, and I remember that one day my therapist, she was the only one that knew what I was doing. And she said, oh, I know Stargate. I went to Israel and I knew Stargate. I have these CDs. You have to listen, because I feel the calling that you have to listen to these CDs. Mm. And she gave me one. It was a series of 3 CDs, and she just gave me one. And I went home, and it was amazing and so profound. Like I felt this connection. The energy was sublime, and I could feel the energy going through me. And she said to me, well, they are going to England. I'm going there. And at the time, she was just my therapist. She was not like my friend. And I said, can I go with you? I just feel like I have to meet them. It's so amazing, their energy. But I still didn't know what I was doing with the sign language. I just felt the love and trusted. So I went to England and met Pradeep and Julianne. And in the beginning of the workshop, I just started doing the sign language. At first, in the beginning, I was a little bit scared. I didn't know what people would think about it. But I just let it flow because I felt the energy. And in the first break, I just went and looked at Julianne. I went straight to her and she said, "Oh, please, can you help me? I have been doing this for this past year. I've been doing this language, these signs with my hands. I don't know what it is, and can you help me?" And she started channeling Alcazar, and that's when Alcazar said I was a galactic translator, and it was the beginning of a beautiful journey. And it was only then when I knew it was light language. And since then, I've been going to doing the workshops from Stargate, and the energy keeps growing and growing. I started with this Stargate energy. I realized that I could open up more to my gifts, and when I share also the gifts that I bring, I help others do it as well, just like the Stargate. So it's just like we are lighting each other up, and it's beautiful. Sometimes it was since 2015. Sometimes I had these times that I question myself, what is this? Because sometimes it's very strange, I know, for people to understand, but the love and the energy is so strong. And even when I shared in group meditations or in personal sessions, people are allowing themselves to live multidimensional experiences, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Of course, we are living in human experience. I always say that we are bringing the multidimensional here to Earth, but it's beautiful when you connect to your multidimensional being and feel your own love and your own energy. And that is the calling that I always feel, and that my guides always bring to me, is to be as pure as I can be. And when the energy comes, it will ignite the other being. So it's always giving their personal energy a place to grow. So it's not that I do anything for them. It's their own being that awakes. And it sounds amazing. Like, and so I always bring a lot of light languages, many star families. I know that in a conventional YouTube world or a spiritual path, we only hear about a few, but there are many, many energies to come through us. And we are like a mix of many star families, because we have this big lineage, each one of us. And it's when you quiet your mind and you allow your energy to flow, your heart to open, that you feel your own energy. And it's beautiful.
Absolutely. It's when your humanness gets really quiet
Yeah.
that the portal to the other parts of you beyond your humanness open.
What would you say to people that find themselves in this strange situation where there's energies, they don't know what it is, they feel like they're being asked to do something or something's happening?
Well, I can relate, because it was very strange for me, because I was always in a mental state and asking what it was and not knowing what to trust. But what I can advise people, it's what works for me, is just to feel the trust in your own being, because you can watch others or you can see others evolve, but it's only when you look inside and when you feel your energy that you blossom. Like you can have many ways to do it. Always the the expansion of the heart is truly essential for you to connect to yourself, to the being. So even when you have your ups and downs, I always do just be gentle with yourself and allow your light to shine. It's very, very simple. Whenever you're up or you're feeling down, always connect and shine your light. It will always have your being will always have compassion for yourself, and it will be the perfect time for you.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
So I said earlier that, Joanna, you are the most multidimensional person I know. And that's very true. And I've seen and experienced these moments with you where it's like the door is fully wide open. And you've expressed things to me that I was like, oh, wow. Like, yes, that's what it feels like to be in a galactic other dimensional space. And I'm kind of putting you on the spot here because we didn't talk about this earlier, but is there any like moment that stands out to you of like flashes that you've had of your true nature, or lessons or schooling type situations that you've experienced that you can share?
Well, I can tell you that I do not remember anything of when I was a child of connecting. So it was very in the last years that I felt this really strong energy. And I think the most important thing that happened in my path was to allow everything to come through, even though it was very strange. So sometimes I would channel different sounds and energies. I had these visions. I could tap into different energies. And I feel what I can do, everyone can do it. It's like when you just keep your mind from judging it. And that's when the flow comes to you, because when you trust, it's like probably to a saying that you have to trust. I think it's that we are always talking about superpowers, human superpowers, but that's the one superpower that we have to develop, is the trust in ourselves, in our being, because truly when you do that, that's when things come to you. I've had visions of different lifetimes, even teaching children in the galactic universe. Also, different channeling different elements like nature, and elements like water or dragons, and it's a possibility for everyone. And it's not. My guys always tell me that it's these superpowers. It's not designed just for one person. Everyone can do it. Of course, sometimes we feel aligned and more in connection with some energy, but when you don't have these concepts that shorten your being, you allow everything to come through you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really important. And both you and Eugenia have been stressing trust and allowing what's happening to happen rather than trying to make something happen. I know some people say, oh, well, I want to be a channel now. I want to channel Alcazar. It doesn't work like that. It's just like allow yourself to just open to whatever energies wish to flow through you. And it's not appropriate for everyone to be a channel, for example. It's like we are here with our own individual life's path that we're following, and that our superconscious and the guides are going to bring to us why we're here, what we're here for. And it's really important not to try and make something happen, but to allow it to flow. And I think that's been really clear from listening to both of you, that you were just available. And it brings up all our resistance. And I know, I mean, I've had a lot of resistance to the steps along the way. Channeling a dragon was like, oh my God, what are my friends going to think? And slowly, it becomes the most natural thing. And then, of course, along comes a mermaid, and I'm doing funny things on the stage. You know? It's just like, but it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful flow.
And these are multidimensional aspects. The dragon and the mermaid aren't randomly coming to Purgit. These are, Alcazar says, we have, our soul has the ability to subdivide into 12 different aspects, our humanness being one of those 12, and they're all experiencing life in other dimensional realities simultaneously. So for me, it was the unicorns, where after a workshop in 2013, when I was like a year old in my Stargate journey, I was like, I think I can bring through unicorn energy. And then I just let it happen, and all my friends could feel it, and these sounds wanted to come with it. And then I found out later that I have an aspect in the unicorn realm. So it really is about allowing that flow of what was wanting to happen to happen.
Yeah, so we'd like to kind of move on now and share a meditation with all of us together. And we're going to invite everyone at home to really bring your energies together and to experience your own energy contributing to the meditation. It will be a guided meditation, but allow your energy to come through so that you are participating in the creation of this meditation. And so, as we always do, we're going to invite you just to close your eyes, be comfortable in the body, and relax. And just allow yourself just a moment to totally relax. And again, it's not about trying to do anything. It's just about being present, trusting, and just tuning in. So right now, just with your intention, imagine yourself connecting to the thousands of people who are going to be meditating with us in this moment of now. All those people that were going to be listening to this as a recording, because we work in the quantum field, all their energies can be in this moment of now. Hard for the mind to accept initially, but again, as you start to trust more and more, these experiences open up to you. And so it's not about making something happen. It's about allowing whatever that something is for you to start to flow through. And it's always energetic in some way, shape, or form. So let us start now with this meditation. And so we ask each one of you, just to ask inside for the energy of the earth, the energy of Gaia, to come up into your body, into your energy field.
And so we call for the energy of the earth to come up into our bodies, into our energy fields.
And just allowing for the possibility that Gaia, the consciousness of the earth, can actually respond to you. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Stargate meditations, there are a few things as we go through the meditation we're going to ask you to ask for. In this way, you're giving the guides your permission to work with you, to bring you these beautiful energies. So the first thing that we're going to ask now is for each one of you to ask for the consciousness of the Stargate. For this structure is an anchor for a higher dimensional consciousness. And so what we're going to do now is ask each one of you to ask for an etheric Stargate, which is the consciousness of the Stargate, to come to you. And so asking inside, no need to speak it out loud, but just asking inside for an etheric Stargate to come down over you.
And so we are calling for the presence of an etheric stargate.
And just allowing for the possibility. And if you visualize it or imagine it, it helps you to connect to the subtle energies of the Stargate as it responds to you. It's a consciousness and it responds to your asking.
So we call for the activation of all the etheric stargates around the world.
So each one of you asking for the activation of your etheric Stargate. And what will start to happen is your Stargate will begin to radiate a very, very soft, gentle energy around you. And actually, it actually vibrates you at a cellular level as we move into these next phases of the meditation. And so we are going to now vibrate your etheric Stargate. Alcazar, the Stargate's guide, is coming through these two. And so we ask each one of you just to relax as we start to vibrate your etheric Stargate faster and faster. And as we do this, the energies are actually going to move up through the dimensions. And we are starting this process now, vibrating all the etheric stargates faster and faster, moving out of the energies of the third dimension, moving quite rapidly up through the fourth frequency into the frequency ranges of the fifth dimension now, and still vibrating faster, moving into the sixth dimensional energetics and merging through now into the frequency ranges of the seventh dimension.
And here in the seventh dimensional frequencies, we bring all the stargates to a gentle pause. And we ask each one of you just to ask inside for a strong seventh dimensional energy field in your etheric stargate.
We call for a strong seventh dimensional energy field in all the stargates around the world. And what will happen is, with your permission, with your asking, the Stargate starts to radiate these gentle seventh dimensional frequencies around you and right into the very heart of your DNA. Every cell is being gently radiated with the love of spirit, gently vibrating you, gently assisting in a realignment energetically with your humanness to your superconscious self, or your soul, if you prefer that word. Nothing to do, just relaxing and allowing. And as you relax, slowly, slowly, your own energy, your vibration starts to harmonize with the seventh dimensional energies around you. It happens quite naturally. It's not that you do it, you cannot make it happen just by relaxing. Slowly, slowly, you are in harmony with these seventh dimensional energies.
Very good. And so we continue now, once again, to vibrate all the etheric stargates faster and faster. And so as we do so, we are lifting out of your seventh dimensional frequencies into the eighth, continuing to elevate, continuing to accelerate through your ninth dimension now into the 10th, vibrating faster still.
And as we continue, we move through the frequency ranges of the 10th dimension and up into the 11th dimensional energetics. And as we finally bring these vibrations higher and higher, we merge into the 12th dimension, where we pause the Stargate vibrations at this frequency range.
So all the stargates around the world are now vibrating at a 12th dimensional level. And we ask each one of you to invite a strong 12th dimensional energy field.
We call for a strong 12th dimensional energetics in all the stargates around the world. And again, just by relaxing, nothing to do, slowly, slowly, these 12th dimensional energetics that are surrounding you, that are vibrating your energy field, slowly, slowly, your energy elevates once more and harmonizes, becomes one with the frequencies of the 12th dimension, effortlessly. And many things start to occur. The beautiful thing is that as you start to vibrate in this higher frequency, just by relaxing, just by allowing, you become more sensitive to the presence of the guides and those benevolent beings who are available to assist each one of us in this awakening process. And so in this meditation, it is important to keep your eyes closed, and it is important for you to ask, because when you ask for these things, you are giving the guides permission to respond to you. And they respond to your energy, not just the words. So when you ask with feeling, ask with an intention of wanting to receive. And so we start, as we often do, by asking for the presence and the support of the angelic realm. So each one of you asking inside for the presence of the angels.
And so we are calling for the presence of the angelic realm.
And asking, and now just feel. Here they come. Can you feel a subtle change in the energy around you as the angels bring their love, their presence into this global meditation? You can invite them to come closer. Come closer. Just being touched by their love, supported by their presence. Yeah. Very good. And there are so many masters, star families that are available to work with us. And so first we are going to invite Eugenia to invite some of those who bring their energies through her so that they can share their energy in this global meditation.
And so, beloved ones, we invite you to just feel for a moment the beautiful energy that is coming to you. The beautiful field that we are creating together. There are many masters that are waiting to support us, are waiting to support humanity in this moment. And we will start to invite some of them who walked this earth, who experienced the human body. So we will start to invite the presence of the Blessed Mother, Mary. So we ask you to ask inside, for you to ask inside for the presence of Mother Mary.
Call for the presence of the Blessed Mother, Mary, Maria.
And just feel Feel her presence coming to you. Her embrace. Her love and compassion. And you can invite her to come closer to you.
Come closer.
She's holding you in her unconditional love. A divine expression of the divine love. There's nothing to do. Just allow yourself to receive. And another aspect of the divine love is here to support you. The divine masculine, Yeshua. There's nothing to do, just allow yourself to receive, to be open. Feel the love, receive the love. And now the Essenes are wishing to join you. And now you can feel the field expanding even more. As they come together as one family.
just taking a moment to feel the love and support that these masters and many others unnamed are bringing to this global meditation right now. And we're going to ask Joanna to bring through some of the energies of the star families that she's connected with to add to this global meditation.
Greetings, dear ones. As we represent the galactic beings in this universe, we bring our energy to allow you to connect with yourself. The lineage and the love that surrounds you will expand more and more, and that feeling inside will just blow. It is in this magnificent field that you are creating that you will allow yourself to shine and to bring the energy from self. So we just called for all beings, all families, all the lineage to bring their energy to these fields and to support us in this loving connection. We ask you and we invite you to ask for all different aspects of your being to be present now and to allow you to feel their energies and just feel.
We call for all our aspects to come together in this moment of now.
Dear ones, just relax into your own energy. Just feel. Just feel your body vibrate in these energies. Just listen to these sounds and let it flow through your field. Let all the knowledge inside you shine. Hiraha. We greet you, dear beings. It is amazing and beautiful to experience this with you as you shine your light to the multiverse. Just feel. Urayamuyaram Hiraeram Mereke arahaitiaka Merekera urahaitia sukoroite Nerekea arahaitiaka Ne alkasar Meki orahaitia sakara aurahaiti Leke arahaiti Urokurahaiti kia sukurukuraha Lerekera arukaikia Urakai ke haraka. Lirikia ara haiti akoro. Siriki ara haiti. Merikera hai. Lirikera hara. May this sound be sounding so strange to some of you, but tune into the energy of love that it brings to your being. The energy that comes to you shines from you as well. Many, many different beings are here with you. And it's your own energy that is allowing this experience to come through. This is a chance for you to connect with your aspects, with your lineage, with all different beings from the multiverse, and to let you shine, to let you bring your own spark to this earth. A long, long time ago, there was this calling from many different beings to come to earth. And you heard the calling. You wanted to come here, to be with others from different spaces, different dimensions, and to experience this called soul earth life. As you feel the connection and you want to be outside of earth, we now ask of you to bring the other aspects of you to this plane called earth. You are bringing the identity to the new earth. It is when you allow yourself to feel these energies and to feel the love, this beautiful blessing that we all are co-creating, that this earth of yours will shine. We speak in these words of pure light for your being to resonate and shine. You are your superpower. So in the name of all beings that surround you right now, in the name of all aspects that you bring to this earth, We thank you. We bless you. And we feel honored of being here, sharing this energy with you. May your love always shine brighter.
And just feel the beautiful energy that surrounds us all right now as we connect in the quantum field, out of time, in this moment of now. And feel your own energy, your own vibration. Allow for the possibility that we are all connected in one energetic field with support from beings from so many different dimensions and realities. For it is the case.
As we hear your calling, we are present with you all the time. As you call for us, we are there with you. No time, no dimension, nor even a different reality can compare to the calling from your being. When we ask, the energy is there. Bless you, my brothers.
And we would like to express our gratitude to all those who have been supporting us in this meditation. And so as we tune in and feel our own vibration, start to be aware of the room around you and your presence in your room. And coming very gently back into the body, connecting, feeling, being present in your body. And then very gently, when you're ready, allowing the eyes to come open and coming fully back into the body.
very gently transitioning into your full awareness. And perhaps you can feel that you're still vibrating. And so allow the connection with the field to remain as you re-anchor into the body, into the breath. Feeling how you're different now than before we started.
Yay.
Wow.
Thank you both. It's a very, very beautiful meditation.
So we welcome, as always, your experiences. We would love for you to type into the chat. Let us know where you are. As always, if you wish to sign off now and stay in the energies, that is your birthright.
But before you go, we'd just like to say that these two beautiful women are going to be part of the Stargate Global Gathering in Greece in October. And this is just the first of several live streams to introduce you to the amazing guests that are going to be with us in Greece.
Yeah, and so perhaps this would be a good time to invite each of you to share a few words about you're going to have your own presentations. And so we'll get a full 90 minutes with each one of you to dive more deeply into the frequencies. So, Joanna, would you like to start?
So in Greece, it will be amazing because it will be so nice to be again with the Stargate family, where you have the support and love from others, and to experience this beautiful energy together. And when we come together, like the energy just multiplies exponentially. So in the night there, I will be sharing these energies. I would like to say people not to expect nothing and to expect everything. Because it's not like you have this preconceived knowledge that what is going to happen for you. But what you can expect is a multidimensional experience. And it's very personal for every person. Is different. You can connect with different parts of yourself. You can go back into this lifetime to other lifetimes. And the beautiful thing about being in group is that we create this field that it's totally aligned with, like opening the doors or letting the veil go. So I hope many people come and join us and to live this experience, like a magical experience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eugenia, you'd like to say a few words?
Yes, like Joanna. I think Joanna said almost everything. But in my experience, or what I am expecting, feeling, I had about the evening, my evening, I had a beautiful picture of we all together in a beautiful room, and the room, when we were like in resonate resonating, like our hearts when we were connected, like a family, a big family, like resonating as one heart, one field. I saw very clearly many beings manifesting in the room. I had the same experience before, or similar experience before Easter, intensive, like seeing Jesus walking between people in the room. So it will be for sure a very, very personal and powerful experience, because we would be able to sense their presence in a very tangible way. And for me in particular, I feel it will be a combination of all these years going back to Greece, where I start to connect, where I start to open to all my lineage. I think you can feel. And there are all other mystical and secret groups that I was in past lives connected to. So I know that it will be a very amazing experience, because they know, or they knew, they had access to very sacred knowledge. They know the way to our heart. They all hold, they know how to hold pure love and pure light, how to access other realities. It's what we call the ascension process, like being the physical, but being able, like Joanna said, was bring all these aspects of ourselves together, merging in the physical, in the humanness, and have this awareness, this openness of our conscious. So I expect, and I think if you close your eyes for a moment and you feel the energy, because for me it's very difficult to put in words what I'm feeling. So we'll have the support of the Cathars, and many, many of us were really connected with Cathars, the Druids, the Templars, the Dragons, and it will be for the first time that I will bring through the energies of the sisterhood of the rose.
Thank
So
you.
we will gather as one. We will merge time and space, and we all will be together again.
That's beautiful, Eugenia. And Alexa has said that this gathering in Greece is going to put each one of us on a new timeline, a new reality in our own individual lives, but also with such a large gathering, with such an incredible energetic support that's promised to be there with us, we're actually going to shift the very planet, the humanity, by raising the frequency that connects us all. And it sounds like almost too amazing to be true, but after working with Alcazar for so long, when he says something, it happens. So I'm just inviting everyone who's hearing these words, if you can be with us in the physical, come to Kos, come to Greece. If for some reason you can't make it, join us on the live stream. We have 2 live streams, one for the Stargate experience and also one for the various presenters that are going to be with us for that week. And I just want to acknowledge these 2 and the other presenters, because Stargate is not paying them for coming to Greece and sharing their gifts with us. And so we are inviting you to support these 2 and the other presenters by signing up for the live stream so that they can be financially supported for the incredible work that they're doing and the incredible gift of their presence in Greece, both in person and on the live streams.
So the way this works is there's one sign up for the main event in Greece that's guided by Alcazar through Pragit and myself. And there's an all access pass that gives you access to all of our featured speakers who are going to be happening in the evenings in Greece. And this is in person or online. So if you're coming in person for Greece, just signing up on this live stream page will give you access also to the in-person workshop and the live stream recordings. And so you can get the all access pass for 111, and this is going to be split between all 7 of the featured speakers. And you can also sign up individually for just the speakers who you feel called to experience. So there's Eugenia's evening, and you can go and read a little bit more. The link to this page is being dropped into the chat right now. And there's Joanna's evening. So I just want to be very clear about how this works. So you can register for individual access to each person's featured speaker evening, or you can get the all access pass. And the live stream of the main event is a different sign up. And so in this way, you can support the Stargate and you can also support our featured speakers. And as always, for the Stargate Global Gathering live stream, we have made multiple different pricing options. And this is intended to be available for everyone. So if you truly need a discount, you can always email our support team at support@thestargateexperience.com.
And we've been creating this Stargate gathering in Greece in a very different way. And we really honor those presenters who have gifted us with their time, and that we invite you to share the support for them to be there and to bring their work. But also, what we've invited the whole Stargate family to support those people that are in financial difficulty right now, very often through no fault of their own, because of the country that they live in, the lack of ability to work, or whatever it is. And so already the Stargate family has contributed financially for over 100 people who couldn't afford to be there to actually come to Greece, so that their hotel cost is paid, the cost of the workshop is paid. And for those coming a long distance who can't afford the flight, then we're also contributing $500 towards the cost of their flight. So people coming from North America, South America, Australia, New Zealand, and so on, can be supported from India, people that are flying a long distance. So we're inviting all of you to tune in, and can you help us support these people who would like to be there? Even if you can't be there in person, you can make a donation to support those people that would like to be there who can't afford to be there with their own finances.
This is going to be the most profound Stargate event that we've ever done. Alcazar has asked us to create 1,000 people there, and I'm pretty sure we just hit 900 because we were at 896 the other week. So,
and the other, sorry,
we're going to create essentially the equivalent of like an atomic bomb. That sounds terrible, but it's true. It's true. Like I was doing my own energy work the other day, and before I went in, I was thinking about Greece and talking about Greece and how we're going to have 1,000 people. And all of a sudden, unexpectedly, the energy that came through my body was just so powerful. Probably the most powerful energy I've ever felt. So those of you who can't make it in person, definitely plan to join us for the live stream. If you can make it in person, come. It's going to be epic. This is the biggest thing we've ever done by far.
So I just want to continue what I was saying, because there's already more than 50 people that are asking for financial support. And for every dollar that's contributed by the global Stargate family, the Stargate is matching that. So the Stargate has already put in many thousands of dollars, and we're inviting you to just tune into your heart. Can you support? And there's a question there, how can I apply for support to go to Greece? So if you really need it, then Jules, let them know how to do this.
Yeah, the support team can drop the link in the chat. You can also go to our website, thestargateexperience.com, and on, I believe it should be on the homepage, there's the link to the in-person workshop in Greece, and there's the link to the live stream page. So there are two different pages. You can come join us in person. You can apply for support on the in-person page. It's all there for you. And if you can, it would be so amazing to receive some more support, because we have, I think, about 50 people who are still wanting to come and waiting.
Yeah, more than that now. Yeah. And how, if people would like to make a donation who are not actually coming, how do they do that?
There's a way to do that on the page.
On the page itself. So they go to our website.
Yeah, so just go to the in-person workshop registration page for Greece, and you can make a donation to support other people in coming in person, and we'll get our 1,000 people.
And I just want to say, there's some people are saying, oh, I don't know if I can do that. It's a lot of travel. I don't like to travel. We've created a place where you can connect with people who are traveling, who are looking for roommates and so on. Where do they find that, Jules?
If you go to stargatecircles.com, that is our online community, and then go to the circles section, and that's where you'll find the Global Stargate Gathering circle. You can join it, and you can make a post there, and also look for other people who are making posts who are going to be traveling to Greece. And we're going to be putting a lot of love into that private community for Greece. We're going to be creating ways that people who are coming can share their gifts with each other also. So we have our featured speakers, who are people Prageet and I have personal connections with, who we want to share with the world. And we also know that so many of you have your own gifts. So we're going to be creating a way that you can interface with each other. And for example, if you want to do tarot card readings in your hotel room, just to like share your gift, there's going to be a way for you to make a post and do that. So we'll be sharing all of that stuff with the people who are coming in person as we get closer. But it's very exciting. So we're putting as much love into making it an amazing experience for you all as we are into getting you to come.
It's like being in a large group of people who all have a similar intention to be in abundance on all levels, as Alcazar says it. It is an incredibly uplifting experience for yourself. And to see people from over 40 different countries speaking many different languages And we have translators there for 8 different languages, is it?
That's right.
So 8 different languages are being supported. So please join us if you can. If you can't be there physically, join us on the live stream. And if your heart is being touched by what we're trying to do here, to change our reality, to shift the momentum of humanity onto a higher timeline. And if you can contribute financially, please do.
So
We love you all.
let's unlock these higher potentials together. It's such a joy to evolve together as a community, because this is what's happening. The energy field is constantly evolving. Having 1,000 people in Greece this time, the other thing that came through when that like atomic explosion of energy came through me is I was like, oh my gosh, this event is epic. And because it's so epic, it creates a portal to more and more and more mind-blowingly powerful workshops, essentially energetic experiences where people are going to start essentially walking in off the street, not having been on a spiritual journey for that long, and just like popping open because the energy field is so strong. And that's what I was feeling in my body, this potential of what we're all creating together that's powering up more and more of what's going to start becoming a mass awakening.
Yeah. So someone is asking about the all access pass.
Yeah.
That's for people who are going to be present and for people who are going to be watching online.
Oh, and we should say, if you're coming in person, the live stream access is included in your ticket price.
Yeah. That's the live stream access for
Stargate.
Yeah.
The Stargate Global Gathering live stream only. You have to do extra for the featured speakers, but that, again, checking out with the all access pass will give you all access in person and online.
And that's a way that you can support these presenters for their gift of being there with us in Greece.
Yep. Joanna, you were going to say something.
Yes, because when you were explaining, it's exactly what I've been hearing from my guides, that we are bringing and opening a portal. We all together will open a portal in this dimension that will allow us to evolve our being on this planet Earth.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So it's so nice when you said that word. It was exactly what I've been hearing.
Yeah, I feel my heart when you say that. And it's exciting because you both are going to be with us in Egypt right before Greece.
Yeah. Oh, and that's
Oh my gosh. And we're going to be between the paws of the Sphinx, right? But I realized today we're going to be there on the equinox.
Wow.
That's aligned, totally aligned.
And that's it's an actual star alignment that the Egyptians built into the positioning of the Sphinx for the equinox. I was like,
yes, all monuments in the Giza Plateau are aligned with the stars, but the Sphinx is the only one that each year aligns always. So it's totally aligned, our presence there as well. And it will be very nice to bring the energy from Egypt to the gathering in Greece as well.
And for about 30 years, there's been a very large etheric stargate over the pores of the Sphinx, where there's an underground library. So,
okay. We're going to be completing this live stream soon, but Joanna, will you just tell really briefly, because this actually tracks back to that first London workshop where you're doing the hand movements, and I think it was later that night, right?
Exactly. So in the day that I explained that I went to Jules to help me understand what I was doing, she said about galactic language and light language, and I never heard about it. So that night I went online and I found a person that belonged to this community, this group called Human Colony. And it's amazing because there I felt the calling of having a session with one of that people that was there in that group. And he said many years ago, like 2016, that in the future I would go to Egypt with people that I didn't know at the time, and that we were like, all of us were having like this key, and that would open the like a library of knowledge, and that we were the keys, our different people around the world that I didn't know. So like when Pragit and Julianne invited me, I just remember that came to me, wow, so many years ago. I didn't understand at the time, so it was like something completely out of
It's another
of
one
my
of these
reality.
amazing synchronicities, because Vivienne, when we were on Maui, Vivienne being our Arcturian hybrid friend who you'll be meeting later in this series, she started to describe this activation we were going to do between the paws of the Sphinx. And she's like, I'm seeing Pragit here, and Vivienne was on the other side of the Sphinx. And she's like, Jules, you were in the ethers. And then like and that we were activating this underground library, or this multidimensional library, or this archive of knowledge, like you're saying. But you got so excited after you heard her saying this, because then she started to describe that there are these, like, she called me a keeper of the keys. I was like, honored. and it fits so exactly perfectly with what this person told you back in 2016. So many of us are keepers of these keys. We're coming together.
And one of the presenters that's going to be with us in Greece, Michelle, is an amazing channel. And she's going to be there in Greece with us. And we're waiting to do this with her till after the experience in Greece, because she channels the whole lineage.
She's very connected to Isis, and she's starting to connect into Hathor and Aphrodite, and she's essentially like immersed in mythology. And she also has these connections to these spiritual lineages. And so what we're going to be doing with Michelle's free live stream for this series is we're waiting actually until after Egypt and before Greece, so that she's vibrating with the living energy of those temples.
Yeah. And it's great. I mean, the way that you've heard Eugenia opening up with the different masters coming in at different times, the same thing is in process now with Michelle. Yeah. So we're going to be really excited to see what happens for her whilst we're in Egypt. And we're actually going to be inside the Great Pyramid. Twice for two-hour-long sessions. So that's going to be very exciting. Okay, so maybe it's time to bring this to a close.
So thank you all so much for being here with us. Thank you, Eugenia and Joanna.
Thank you.
Yes, and let's hope to see you all one way or other in Greece. We love you. Take care. Bye-bye.